Today on CCX News, the legacy of a Brooklyn Park lawmaker.
She cared about Minnesota. She cared about Minnesotans.
I felt a connection with her.
Just a phenomenal leader.
The impact Melissa Hortman made on lawmakers new to the state capitol. CCX Media sat down with 3 members of the freshman class to learn about her dynamic work on the campaign trail and in St. Paul.
So to begin, by a show of hands, did Melissa Hortman help you with your campaigns? Right. Would you agree, by a show of hands, that she was a tough but fair coach out on the campaign trail and somewhat of a genius?
Dogged in making sure that we were on track for our door knocking numbers, which paid off.
Mine is slightly different in the sense that my seat was safe. Whoever who won the primary would, more likely win the November election. And so her push for me was get out of your district, get out of your comfort zone, and go do sister door knocks. And so I went to Carrie's, obviously I went to David's.
I'd like to add too, when she would come to a door knock launch, it was never about her. Some other politicians might want that spotlight and take the time to give this long speech in front of volunteers, but she wanted her speech to be short, sweet, and get out on the doors.
Yep. Because she had another door to go to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Exactly.
How she made me feel valued and heard and that I belonged in that space. As a freshman legislator, you couldn't have asked for a better leader.
And I felt a connection with her. I felt like this is somebody that I could be like, because I also don't really want the spotlight, but I do want to do the work and I want to make Minnesota a better place.
She was in this role for over 20 years, and it's really easy to get jaded in this position. And she never did. She held on to her focus on humanity throughout.
Thank you. Now let's pivot for a minute to talk a little bit about what comes next. Since the news of last week, by a show of hands, have you thought more about the safety and security of your own family and yourself? Have you beefed up security in any way around your homes or your facilities? Or intend to do so?
Yes.
Most likely. Yes, there you go. Has it caused you to rethink whether or not you want to continue to serve? Yeah. Tell us about that.
Definitely the first few days I thought about it, and the main question on my mind was whether my husband and my kids would want me to keep doing this or not. And I thought if they asked me not to, that I would stop for them. It's hard to talk about. So at some point I kind of asked my husband if he felt like he wanted me to keep doing it. And he said, yes, absolutely. And also Melissa would want you to keep doing it.
We can be afraid, but we need to be brave. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it is overcoming it. Or if you're not overcoming it, still doing it afraid. And I think Melissa would want civil servants to really stand up and continue the good, big, important work.
But every single one of us is going to double down our efforts. Every single one of us is going to do a portion of that work that she did. And we're going to make sure that her life continues through us and the work that we do for her.
For us as freshmen, I think, at least for me, I was so excited to get to know the Melissa that some of our colleagues were talking about, right? And we won't get that chance. I think for me, that's the hardest part about all of this, that we won't get a chance to know her in that way.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.